These could drastically improve your chances of survival in the urban wilderness. Coach Physical Instrument endorses these pants. They are tartan ready. They will also make you into an idiot.
Whatever. Kuno was trying to help you, but you're too fat for falling anyway, pig. The fuck? A mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again? Yeah, Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno's got that fast brain.
I can't hear you, Kuno. Speak louder, Kuno.
Shit, that's tense. Someone's going to the beat-down basement, huh? Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there.
And stop turning into a pig, Kuno. They're trying to get you hooked on the snitching.
Yeah, get your bacon shit away. Kuno doesn't like to be seen with... Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in. I'm going away for a long, long time, Kuno. Going away for life.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
You don't want to fuck with me. I got my hands bloody. I'm not here, pig. You're...
You can still see the top of her hat from behind the fence. As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint. From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights, and they solve shit. What are you, deaf? They're perfect, like rock star politician and drug addict teacher. Embrace the superstardom you've worked so hard to establish. Yeah, you have. You're a big dick cop, Dick Mullen, Salam Rocky Bayi, badass on the edge. With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you along with it. In an iconic monochrome solution, a black silhouette against a rasterized orange world. It's on. There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots, anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs. What do you think you are? A super detective? You're hungover. Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails. All over. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Noted.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils. The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant. You feel a great force ringing from your stomach. Your body curls and pushes it out, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet. and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
Keep it. It's not pity. You should wipe your mouth after vomiting. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. Sure you do. You just threw up a lot. There is fruit nearby, east of the hostel. They usually have a small apothecary. If they don't... There's a greenhouse here, and a gardener with a wheelbarrow on the corner of the whirling in rags. If she works...
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, eternite. Because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of eternite. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
What is this then? A tool shed? Let's investigate.
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine, sweet amphetamine. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you.
No, I'm just a regular detective, thank you very much. Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However, see that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here.
Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment. You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
Nope, no. That's still too high. What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You could have died there. Shit, 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 shit.
Hey! What happened? I understand. We can always come back when you are feeling better. It's just a cloak after all. The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. Well, it doesn't seem too dangerous.
The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating in the wind. Who knows what its pocket? The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance. Over. That machine is a Kvalsund 1020 HK.
Yes, that's one way of putting it. It's certainly an impressive achievement of engineering. But I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here. What are we doing? We're awfully close to breaking into the industrial harbor. They're bound to... Or it could be that we are just exploring.
Welcome to Rivachol.
Don't you welcome to Rivachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old race. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It's men like you who keep Rivachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Rivachol.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you be here.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
I haven't learned anything I didn't know before.
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Whatever you say, officers. Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. I haven't seen anything that funny in a while. God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine. Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's the strike? Oh, they've been at it for a while. A month, 2 months maybe. But this here... Apples. Yeah, apples. I take it you had other...
He's given you the runaround. Let's be honest, you were bested.
It's about biological determinism, natural law. Not the most popular topic nowadays, with the coalition in charge and all. You might... I'm not just racist. Look, I've read books, huh? The science of people who've studied these things said that you and me are superior by design. So, open your eyes. Haven't you noticed something different lately? An unfortunate downturn, maybe? Huh? When members of the superior... The problem? The damn kips are showing a real good game lately. Same with the mosquitoes. And the other introduced species too. They're on the press. It's what the kips of Boogie Street are going for. Right under our... It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace? You might end up with a new sub-race, with unknown characteristics, leading to extra competition. That's why you've got to control the offspring. Don't push your luck, runt.
Inexplicable feminist agenda. There is something you need to see, sir. We found the remnants of an ancient artifact lodged in your hypothalamus. It is a cylindrical object, piss-weathered and smelling of liquor. The paint is peeling off, but you can clearly make out the letters revolutionary. Stands in the middle of the traffic island. A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the squanderer." Even by the standards of the Philippian kings, well, he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline. His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy. Stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber. He called it the Sol Auron. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers. But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction. You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry. He was also a prodigious. That's what the revolutionaries said 150 years later. Cocaine. His Majesty's courtiers said it helped him beneath the cold waters of the Insulindian Bay. The original was blown apart by communards, then further damped. Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined. The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time. People in Martinaise tend to disagree. As Philip III, the squanderer, however, a simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
From another planet. Hey there, you sure are, my man. It's the jam, my man. It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes and everyone's a critic, man. It's okay. I've been here a whole week already, so tell me, what do you need? Huh? Oh. No, I ain't got any money. They don't want to pay for unfinished. The bosses, man. Dunno. What you need? He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff. The man taps his fingers rhythmically.
Don't be a stranger.
We have a right to work! Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down. We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes. Good. We're fighting for a cause here.
Right to work! Right to work!
Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence. Rights of people, rights of workers, to have gainful employment, to make a salary. Might be time. Don't let the fat bastards tread on you. Cops tend... I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand them. Maybe you should ask them the questions, like, why we're not allowed to... We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scott.
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If you...
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. You trying to meet their fat boss? I know nothing about a murder.
The mention of a killing sends a barely noticeable shiver of tenseness through him. Interesting.
Wouldn't put it past these harbor bugs. They'd do anything to stay alive.
Right to work!
It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading?
Why not? I see numerous reasons not to pick a side in this local matter.
Pity.
Let us work!
Scott? I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and...
Psst. Show him your stolen card. Now has arrived the...
Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
The man looks at the colorful piece of plastic. Then...
But that's not you, officer. From back when you were not a cop, but a heavy-set, dark-skinned dock worker named Santiago Jean? Highly unlikely. I've known John for several years now. Also, you told me you're a cop, remember?
Now you're in a mess. The time hath not arrived. Sorry.
Yes, the city has a way of pairing souls. John's been out drinking himself blind. He should be more careful, that Johannes. Can I have the card?
No, it will prove useful still. Believe your thieving fingers.
Oh, is my friend in some sort of trouble? Who knew? Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
The coin narrowly slips by your outstretched...
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to throw it like that. It's a thing we harbor folk do, passing around cargo and such. Was not meant as provocation or ridicule.
The boyadero stares at you with respect, then gestures towards the trickles of blood.
I'm really sorry, friend. Fritz nearby. Get some nosa fed. Good stuff. Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder. Probably not. I wouldn't even know where to start with that. Much better here at the harbor, for an honest union man like me. My friend, I respect the right to roam. The open range awaits. I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. I walk right past Measurehead, and yeah, the 2.5-meter tall Semini Supremus is there. Walk right past him, then press the button to unlock the door, then go past him again, and you enter the arbor through the office. Está. Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. Or you could convert to his Semini Supremacist worldview. Or, not yet, no. He's incredibly strong.
Nothing a couple of solid hooks from Dexter and Sinister won't fix.
Sure.
Nobody betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Are you admiring my morphophysiology? It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm. What is this androgynous display of sexual maturity?
Merely standing up makes you sweat profusely. Your breathing is erratic. Your own heart beating.
Stop it! You are embarrassing yourself in front of this woman and your pedomorphic friend. This display of weakness may appeal to older women with a stronger maternal instinct, but...
Jean-Luc, his body is betraying his degeneracy pretty hard. Maybe you can ask him to leave.
You have succumbed to Al-Ghul. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
It's not good.
It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk and...
Yes, Al-Ghul. Al-Ghul is an ancient Ilmaran poison. A parasitic fungus that has colonized your race. Correct, my small skull servant. No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental haplogroup B4, jerking motions. Signs of a late-stage neurodegenerative disorder. How far the Occidental haplogroup has fallen. You gave the world eugenics, electricité. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed. You will be superseded. Isn't...
It is, baby, yeah. You know.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
Last we saw, your reign. That is right. You should leave the stage of history with dignity. Bring your troops to the Simonine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pull the walls will be lined with bottles of Al-Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
Just like that, instinct took over. A solid strike straight. The man is reeling, gasping for air. Times, all you hear is a small gurgling sound as a trickle of blood appears on the man's lip. The man lands with a dull thump, like a broken down puppet of muscles and sinew. For a moment, he still tries to keep his head up, dazed eyes looking at you with unimaginable surprise. As you slam your fist on the button, the man collapses entirely.
Looks like you're the new measurehead now.
No one is the new measurehead. Let's go before he gets up.
The man is still knocked out. On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close.
It's unfortunate for the union to just leave their paperwork lying.
Let's see what's inside, he thinks. The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well of hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out, and the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. Look how blurry all the lines on these papers are. How unwieldy your own willpower is to yourself. You're like an absurdist Samaran monk, focusing through. You're a police officer, not a spiritual healer. You can.
Is that what you're doing with those folders over there? Right. This is probably not relevant to our case. After all, we're not investigating.
You're trying hard, but the data here is the drawer slides shut. An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. The tarpaulin cloak is still. As your fingers touch the tarpaulin, it almost feels like the cloak wants to. I will shield you from the elements and give my life for yours. All those empty wine bottles and cigarette butts on the ground. Someone partied. Well, they went through 6 bottles of potent Pilsner, 3 bottles of Commodore Red, and almost 4 packs of
Well, yes, I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you. It really doesn't. Let's turn our attention.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a breather. The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. A thin grey pillow is attached. Stale air floods through your nostrils. Not a single mote of dust floats inside. The drawers are empty, save for old timesheets and
I'm not here to tell you what to do, detective.
You take the painkillers. They are yours now. Oh boy, where to start? Elevated risk of dementia, mini strokes, Prophet's disease. Maybe this was a bad idea. You stand and exit the booth.
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. It's a black and white photo of a young couple out. Rene looks like he's about to smile. This photo must...
Why did you take that picture of Rene? Fine. But let's move. I don't want to be seen.
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red.
The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the Vanishing Peninsula.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, Everard, 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 he looks after everyone.
The look in his deep blue eyes is as sincere as you've ever seen.
I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them. I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister. Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. Oh, you want Mr. Everard then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his guys like Mr. Everard and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Oh, Mr. Everard is where he always is. In his office, of course. Oh, yes. Born and raised in Irish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad after he got... People say us Ubis are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and what...
Thank you for clarifying that, sir.
Bye-bye now.
Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet...
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. I'm Everard Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up.
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand,
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad...
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions. I, too, have convictions, one of which is that I will not engage with... Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly resume our conversation.
You're no Titan affiliation, buddy. He's got you. Control panel. Marsh. On. Arrête. Off. With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air. With a surprisingly quiet thunk, the harbor sleeps as the strike rages in moving this container, of course. For this purpose it was built.
I can't see how that was worth the wreckers, except for seeing the crane in...
The crane does not return to its original position. just one of many.
You do? Because I don't. There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one? You just picked one out because you wanted to interact with a cargo container. We are not here to interact with containers. We are here...
No reply. No reply. You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement. Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
Because what wasn't an option? Now is not the time to get philosophical, detective. You can do that after hours.
You attempt to turn the handle. To your left, the lieutenant... before the cargo container. Its drawer has... You attempt to turn the handle. To your left, the lieutenant could... No reply. The already familiar cold touch of the machine swallows your coin and seems to be waiting for your next move. It's unclear whether you actually have muscle memory. Right? Undoubtedly, no. Sure, why not? Muscle memory is a tricky... Nothing tricky about that. You just do, fail, repeat, until it works. All it takes is motivation. Rusting control panel, no screech of metal. When you crane doesn't, no screech of metal. You're back before the cargo container.
Mister, I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's sure, mister. Absolutely. I'm always willing to help out nice fellows such as yourself. Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know.
Told you.
Yes, yes. Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man. When Mr. Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but...
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
A real pretty lady with a skin like those Douai Sucre candy bars, but I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here, and I'm always busy keeping things.
You see disdain in the lieutenant's dark eyes when they meet yours for a...
Oh, mister, I do a...
Mr. Dubois, I hope time is on your side this time. Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as...
It's nothing. Yes, that's
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another. So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative...
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. This should take care of that nonsense. It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Okay. I respect a man with principles. No handouts, then. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you,
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only 2 words escape its gravitational pull. When he said, "Don't worry," he actually meant, be very worried.
Are you all right, Harry? You say you got this, but you seem a little anxious to me. Don't be. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right.
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded. God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are gonna shoot themselves with it.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
What is this, Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating. What is he trying to pull? You need to cool the fuck down.
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry! Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
Don't be dramatic. I can see your condition isn't terminal.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. It is about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity.
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbor. I couldn't... Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container.
Am I going to ask? Hell, Harry. You spin-kicked my strongest... Would you ask a man like that how he got into your container yard? Don't worry, Harry. Between you and me, I'm not a huge fan of his race thing. But the Union did not get where we are today by frowning on X. Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information... Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange...
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines. Incredibly talented at opening doors.
I'm not sure I understand. If you're asking us to break down someone's door, it's not going to happen.
Come now. I just need you to go open a little door for me and leave it unlocked. A simple thing. Absolutely nothing shady about it.
An excellent opportunity presents itself, sire. You could win the trust of the arch-liar, pretend to play into his hand. Then...
Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call a local... Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you...
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsura. Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take our friendship. You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations. Hardened socialist. A real free thinker, too. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door. Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure...
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage. Who knows? Only one thing is certain. If you work with him, you're going to get it back. And working with him might be the only way to do it.
Damn it, Harry. That's exactly what it means. I'm only kidding, of course.
He is not.
Of course. I understand. We help you.
Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate. Here. You're one of us now. A real red and white...